Hi, Sarah. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, and oracle card advisor. Thank you for trusting me with your loved one. His picture, he's so gorgeous. He's so gorgeous. You would never guess there was anything wrong. He's a cutie. Um, First, I want to explain that I, I hear, I see, I feel, I know, I smell. Not so much, but or taste not so much. Smell sometimes. I get almost all the senses. They show me pictures. It's like charades. I hate the game charades. So when they do show me pictures, then I have to describe them and tell you what I feel and what I think, what they're trying to show me. I don't spend the whole reading doing validations where every single thing I say that you're going to be able to go, oh, I can prove. Oh yeah, I know that. Yes, I can prove that, because that to me that's mediums patting themselves on the back. So, and then they'll talk to me too. So I get it in all different kinds of ways. So sometimes I'll just throw out words. I will say I suck at names, and I need to quit saying that because I don't make it any better by saying that. And I don't usually do children this young. So we'll see how this goes, because when they're this young, they don't have a lot of memories to talk about. They don't have a lot of experiences that you can validate, that you can share. Um, and I probably ought to put an age limit on my readings, because you're not the only one. But I don't have a lot to go on when it's a baby. He's showing me like something in his head hurt, something on the left side of his head hurt. Um, that he seemed like a bright, happy, healthy baby, like the picture I looked at. He says when he came to this earth that the purpose was that he would not be here for a long time. That he had a purpose coming here. The things that happened around him, the people that rallied together, the the love that people felt, all those experiences were something that the people in that group needed to experience in this lifetime. He says the tragedies are something you remember more, something you remember and learn from, I should say. Tragic, because they're the ones that kick you in the ass, and they're the ones you don't forget. And you've done something good. You've done something good in his name or something in honor of him that came out of this. He says, yes, I didn't like the needles. Needles. Sorry, my new teeth don't always work real good. I didn't like the needles, but it was only temporary. I didn't like stuff up my nose. I didn't like things stuck to me. And even though don't know that I want to say he was in a coma, maybe drug induced. Um, he heard and felt and knew everything that was going on around him. He heard you in the end. He heard you after he left. And honestly, he can still hear you. That's like I said, it's hard. It's hard to get really too many memories. He says he had a favorite toy. He's not making it. He's not making the picture of it real clear. That it made some kind of noise, music, bonking. It was big. It wasn't. It wasn't like a little baby rattle. It was something big. He said he smacked himself in the face with it at least once. That kind of looks round with some kind of handle on it. But it made some kind of chiming type noise. It's not a rattle. He's kind of making a big deal on me describing this, even though I can't see it that clear. And you need to bring it closer. Kind of like a ball on a wheel with a handle. I don't know how to describe this thing. But he liked that. He said it was hard watching everybody hurt. But he knew you were holding him close. He says, as I left, I got wings like a cherub. I personally don't know that anybody actually acquires wings when they leave. I do believe angels come through that way because that's the way we know them. Whether they truly have wings, I don't know. So I'm just speaking from experience, my experience. I don't know that when our children leave, they actually pop out wings, but they feel like angelic creatures because they're so little, they're so pure, they're so full of love that they are like a little angel. And and he said he was meant to go back. He was meant to go back. He was not meant to live this life here. Not this time anyway. I don't know if you believe in past lives or several lives. He was here to teach a lesson, and I almost it seems like he was a higher, I don't want to say being, being. I want to say a higher being because that kind of make him sound like something weird. I don't know what's the word I want to use. Higher up, higher up the ladder, higher up. There's there's different levels. We all vibrate. I don't want to go through a whole big long explanation you're reading, but there's us, and then there's guides and angels, and then there's archangels. There's levels, and then there's creator. I mean, there's levels like that, and he feels like he was a higher up one that came here to experience this for some reason, and you were blessed to have him. You were blessed to have this extraordinary energy with you. He went back. This is very unusual, very, very unusual, because usually I can tell, like an infant, they show me who was holding them before they came to this earth and who holds them when they go back. But he's showing going back to the angels. Instead of going back to a family member, he went back up to the higher with angelic beings. He says because of who he is and where he's at, you won't get a lot of signs from him. But he says that you will hear music out of the blue, not out of a radio, not really with your ears, but with your mind. You will, and I don't know, I'm sorry if I don't explain it clear enough. You will hear angelic music. It won't be like anything else you've ever heard. It will be like harps and soft and pretty and floating and light, and it will not be coming from any physical object here. And they're going to let you hear that. I don't know how many times they'll do this. I don't think it'll be the rest of your life. I can't say that for sure because I've never seen this before. But they're going to do this so that that will be your sign from him. And they will also allow you to find white feathers in odd places. I don't normally do this in a reading, but I'm waiting for my son to tell me whether I need to go get my grandson. Okay. I just need to make sure I didn't have to stop this and do it again later. Have 10 irons in the fire at once. You know how us women are. Go, go, go. Take care of everybody, don't we? So he says, never, never regret the decision that you made because it was the correct one, because it was what was supposed to happen. Because he wasn't supposed to be here that long. He just popped in for some reason. Seriously, buddy, sorry, excuse me. You gotta back out. I've got one that I've been working on lately, and he just pops in every reading. Okay. And I've already got something like that. So he needs to move back. I'm not sure from where you're from, but it's a case I'm working on, and he just keeps popping in, but not good enough. But not now, buddy. Got to make sure this man is stepping forward, that I felt stepping forward, it was not him. It's somebody for you. Come on. All right, did you have a grandmother type figure? Was very elderly when she passed. She appears very short, hunched over. Just she's showing herself towards the end of her life. They can present themselves any way they want to. And my Bob comes through sometimes, and he's got a tutu on. I mean, you never know what he's gonna do. Um, she's showing herself in the little skinny, thin. No, it's not pajamas. It's like a little skinny cotton robe with the snaps down the front, with a cane. She's all hunched over. Of course, she's got white hair. Most of them do. Um, how else am I going to describe her? Like she's kind of ornery, kind of kind of if you walked by and she had that cane in her hand, she might give you a little tap with it on the butt or something as you go by. She could raise it that high without falling over. She appears to be in some kind of nursing home or assisted living before she passed. And just this is why I always like a picture of who I'm going to read, because that way I don't have to try to describe it and decide exactly who it is. I don't have to take all that time to do it. She says her and the old man hang around. There's something about some kind of like cigarette type smoke or cigar smoke associated with her and a man her age. She shows herself what appears to be in a nursing home in the cafeteria with her little tray in front of her, and you came there to join her. And you helped her eat, even though she was sitting there kind of with her head down, not real responsive, helping her with her food. And even though she acted like she really didn't care, didn't appreciate it, inside, big, big, big hearts floating around, big hearts. She appreciated it more than you know. She wanted to tell you that because she felt bad for acting that way. Part of it was because she wasn't real responsive and she was bitchy about her situation, but not bitchy at you, but she kind of made it look that way. She felt she made it look that way, and she didn't mean to. That she wants to pinch your little cheek, and tell you you're cute as a bug in a rug. She seemed to have lived in a country setting. She shows a horse. She's just showing lots of images. She's not saying a lot. Somehow I don't feel like she was the kind that, when she was younger, had any problems speaking up. She says we have your uncle with us too. I don't see him. She's pretty much making herself prominent. She's happy she got to say this to you. She's happy you got to see your son. She says he had a special light. Sorry, I'm getting froggy. I've done too many readings today. My husband will like it if I lose my voice. She says you always had a special place in her heart, even though she didn't show it. That she hugged you once in a while, but it wasn't a big hug. And I think, well, I'm not sure because I'm looking through my dirty door that my grandson's big dog has muddy footprints on and through the screen, but I think I just saw a cardinal fly up in the tree. And I know everybody talks about cardinals, but they're the universal sign that everybody recognizes. Cardinals, feathers, um, butterflies, coins. So if I really saw that, I can't see it now, but I think it's up in the top of the tree. Then that will be a sign from her to you. But it won't be just something you see out of the corner of your eye like that. It will be very prominent. It will be very much out in the open. She's sorry for what you've gone through. I'm not getting a lot of messages from her. Saying something about the family. Something about the family. Something about the extended family. Something something about everybody not being close enough, but after your son passed, they got closer. Something about something about the family being kind of stretched out and well, like a lot of families do. Everybody's busy with their lives, and they don't really give a shit about what my cousin's doing over there and this and that and another thing. And then when this tragedy happened, then you all got close again. Just don't forget that closeness. Don't let it get so distant again. She says she likes my spunk and she likes the light within me. She likes the light in my eyes. She says I'm a whole lot like her. I hope that's a good thing. She called me a firecracker. Slaps her knee real hard and says, "Don't take no shit off nobody." And that includes you. She's talking to you. Don't take their shit. You got to show them what women can do. She's mentioning a Hazel, Hazel. I don't know if I said this in the beginning. I stink at getting names correctly, and the more I say that, the worse it gets. I don't know why they keep throwing names at me. I keep saying, I'm just not going to do names anymore. And then here comes another name. So it's at least a female with an H name or an HA name. And she's acknowledging this person. She says her sister is with her, and even if it's not a blood sister, if she had somebody that was that close to her that felt like a sister, I'm not seeing her, so I can't describe her. I've had them lately when they've been coming through for readings. It's like, this is my time, this is my reading, and you all stay back there and you get your own reading. It's my time to talk. She thinks you're beautiful. She says your light has been dimmed, but that's okay for now. But it's time for you to pull the string and turn that light back on. She's showing you making something with your hands. Okay, you gotta be a little more clear. It looks like a ball of clay or dough. It's a ball, and it's not perfectly round, and it's off white, but it looks like something you would knead with your hands. She's not showing the finished product. Oh, these cryptic clues. As long as they show it well enough, I don't need to know. It's none of my business. I'm just the vessel that the messages come through. As long as you understand it on your end. And a lot of times these messages, you may not understand it now. Tomorrow you may go, oh, I know what she's talking about. She's talking about your connection with your son and why he was here. That there's something you're supposed to draw off of that higher energy that he felt different than other children. There was something special about him. And you should feel special and privileged for having the honor of having him while he was here. That not everyone gets to do that. So I got distracted. I think she was picked to come through also because she had messages for you that you needed to hear. So I think they chose her to come through. Yeah, she stands up and she starts dancing wildly. Throws her cane out to the side. She's dancing wildly and waving her cane, showing you that she doesn't need that stuff anymore. That she's healed. We don't have that physical body holding us back with all of its aches and pains and boo boos and falling apart. She feels blessed to have been in your life. Felt blessed to be in your presence. So there's a special light about you too. Even though it's dim right now, you need to start going in there and digging in there and finding it because there's something special about you. She really doesn't have anything else to say. She's not wanting to let anybody else come through. She says that this was her time, and she had to say things that she knew you need to hear. She says you need to turn around from the situation, throw your hands up, and say, here I am. I need a bright new something, bright new. I need bright new life, bright new. There's things about that you need to leave in the past. Of course, you're never going to forget him, but there's things about that you need to let go of and leave back there. Know, she says, know that you made the right decision. Know that it was not going to get any better. She says again, know that you made the right decision. Excuse me. She says she hopes you trust her words. Or I'll take my cane and I'll whack you on the butt. She's a little stinker down deep in there. I mean, she's coming across like towards the end, but yeah, the stinker is still in there. I don't think she has any more to say, and she's not wanting to let anybody else come through. And I can't make them. I think she says I think she thinks that those two are the most important ones that need to come through, and to hell with everybody else. Usually they're not quite that stingy. Anyway, I'm going to let her go. Give me a little feedback. Tell me what you think. Let me know that you understood it, that you know who she is. And Mr. Pest over here just keeps hanging around. He's for me, though. Yeah, it's not your turn to talk, buddy. Okay, I'm going to let this go. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your feedback is. I hope you understand who she is, because like I said, I usually like to have a picture in their first name so I don't have to go, hey, you. So much love to you. I hope in some way this helped heal. That is my whole purpose. I'm not in this to make money. I'm in this to help people and to give you a hug from heaven and to hope that it helps heal your heart a little bit, because it would have to be very hard going through what you went through. I can't imagine. So see you all later. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, and oracle card advisor. Don't forget to pay it forward. See you later. Thank you for trusting me with your loved ones.